ill-timed, may pose health risks, legally questionable. These are the only some of the issues that the DENR has to face due to its White Beach project in Manila Bay. Amid COVID-19 pandemic, the government could have allotted a whopping 389 million pesos funds for the White Beach in Manila Bay for more important projects according to the critics. Even Vice President Leni Robredo expressed belief that the funds for the project should have been used to aid the poor during this difficult time. But the DENR Secretary Roy C. Matos stood firm on his position to push through with the Manila Bay Beach Nourishment Project as he took a swipe at critics of the initiative. Let's go back in time when Manila Bay used to be an integral part of the country's capital, serving both as strategic advantage during times of war and as a scenic view during more peaceful times. With an area of almost 770 square miles and a coastline of 118 miles, Manila Bay was also home for a biodiverse system with upland forest, a mangrove, mudflats, coral reefs, and more. But that picturesque esplanade is long gone, becoming a health hazard when the Department of Energy reported an alarming average of 330 million most probable number of fecal coliform in its river mouths. Now the question is, how did Manila Bay devolve into a cesspool of bacteria and harmful substances it is now when only a few short decades ago, Manileños used to swim its sparkly waters? How did it get so bad that we now need the government to rehabilitate it? One of the common factors is trade and war. There is an evidence that almost 3,000 years ago, Manila was connected to Laguna de Bay, once a much bigger body of water. Scientists have theorized that recurring movements along the West Marikina Valley Fault separated it into two, with only the Pasig River connecting both bays. Even before Spain colonized the Philippines and introduced the islands to galleon trade, Manila Bay was used as port of trade and commerce between the natives of Manila and the neighboring countries. The areas of Tondo and Intramuros, for example, became the central hubs for commerce between the Kingdom of Manila, the merchants from China, Java, Sumatra, and even some Arab countries. Its strategic location made it preferred trading point. Manila Bay continued to play a commercial role during the Spanish occupation, but it became more famous for the famous battle spot in its usually calm waters, like the battles of La Naval de Manila and Battle of Manila Bay. In 1646, during the 80 Years' War, the Dutch Republic tried to invade Manila. 5 naval battles were fought at the bay, but all were unsuccessful. The Spanish forces, which included many Kapampangan volunteers, neutralized a Dutch fleet of 19 warships. Spain only had 3 galleon ships and 4 brigantines. Years later, Manila Bay played another role, this time in liberating Manila from the Japanese at the end of the Second World War. The US forces wanted to reopen Manila Bay, and they took back Corregidor from Japanese to do this. Hundreds of thousands of lives were lost. The second significant factor is leisure and live entertainment. In peacetime, the bay served as an area of leisure for more affluent members of Manila society. One example is the prestigious Manila Boat Club, which was founded in 1895. Manila Bay remained a favorite playground of boat enthusiasts, with even the Manila Yacht Club using the area since 1927. As Manila continued to modernize after the war and more people moved into metropolis, citizens sought Manila Bay as the venue for rest and recreation. In the 1950s and 60s, the Manila Bay Strip rivaled the North Shore Drive in Chicago and Bund in Shanghai. The Strip came alive at night with a wide array of restaurants, nightclubs, and cocktail lounges that also offered great views of the Moonlight Bay. Jazz and live entertainment were also staple at nightclubs and hotels that lined the Strip and nearby areas. They included the Bayside, Shelbourne Arms, Aloha, Pilipinas Hotel, and the Sheraton. Stories of people swimming in Manila Bay were common in 1960s and 1970s. Vendors even installed food carts along Dewi Boulevard, now named as Roas Boulevard. One of them eventually became the iconic Aristocrat. The third significant factor is poverty and pollution. Manila Bay's thriving atmosphere was a beacon of opportunity, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough. Impoverished dreamers settled in makeshift houses, and the population and pollution took a toll along the bay. In August 2018, following days of torrential rain, Manila Bay threw up 80 tons of garbage, which was captured in videos that went viral. The DENR issued a notice of inspection to the businesses and establishments that suspected of discharging untreated wastewater into the bay. A water sampling conducted by DENR revealed that some restaurants, medical facilities, and the zoo leak massive amounts of wastewater into the bay. This prompted the government to finally take rehabilitating Manila Bay seriously starting on January 27, 2019. The rehabilitation will be in 3 phases, starting with cleaning up the bay and sewage system, then relocation and infrastructure, and finally making sure that the law is enforced and cleanliness is maintained. If the DENR's Manila Bay Action Plan works, the bay will be swimmable again by December 2019. Only time can tell if the rehabilitation will indeed be sustainable and if the companies and the people of Manila itself will start to value the bay that they have taken advantage of for so long.